I'm sitting with Natalie Pregibon. She is the Director of P3 Intelligence here at Concordia Summit. Natalie, how are you feeling today?
Great. I think we've had a fantastic summit. It's been a lot of hard work, but we're very excited that it's gone very well and we've been able to meet some very exciting and important people in the field of P3s.
Excellent. So tell me about the role of P3 Intelligence and what has been your responsibility in organizing this conference and, of course, P3I in general.
Sure. So P3I, P3 Intelligence, it's basically the research arm of Concordia. So Concordia started as being very much a convening body. We started doing summits, and they were very successful, and we realized that we were very good at convening people, but that doesn't make an organization.
Of course.
And what we realized is that we were really missing information. There are a lot of information gaps when it comes to public-private partnerships. And so we decided that what we needed to do, and perhaps what Concordia could be very good at, is filling those information gaps. And from there, P3I was born. And we basically are looking, our two main products were launched at this year's summit, the Concordia Index and the P3 Insight Report. So we're very excited, and so far I've been getting a really good reception for them, and we're excited to hear about everyone's feedback.
Yeah, and how have you distributed the information around the index, like all the research that's been done? I know Matt talked about it a little bit earlier, like just like sharing the information like through the conference, through any of the sessions, or? So
what we've really done is this is our big unveiling, and at last summit we told everyone, we announced that it was happening, it's coming, we're going to be doing it, and at this summit we said we did it. The beta version has been released, so starting on Monday it will be available online, a very high level, very easy to use interface that gives the ranking of the countries, allows some interactivity so you can change the weights on the domains, and the full index report, which really analyzes the rankings and each of the 17 countries that we focus on, gives a breakdown in how perhaps the countries may be able to improve their ranking or improve their partnership environment.
And so what's your hope right now, your dream in terms of how the private and public sector is going to engage, this research?
So we really, right now we're in a feedback stage.
Great.
We want to hear how this can help them, how we can improve on it, and how it can become sort of the go-to tool when you want to engage in a partnership.
Great, excellent. So P3 Insights, that's really exciting. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So when you get the index, it's numbers. It's very quant heavy, and it tells you a lot about where perhaps it would be best to invest, where an investment may make the biggest difference, but it doesn't tell you how to do that. It also doesn't tell you the underlying factors. So we've seen that their unemployment for youth is a huge problem, and that's exhibited in the index. However, the contributing factors really aren't illuminated through that. So the P3I Insights really get down their on-the-ground research that we've done. The first three are youth unemployment in Egypt, Colombia, and Vietnam. And they really get at the contributing factors by speaking directly with youth and experts in the field to see, where this data is coming from, what the perception is of, the contributors to the problem.
Wonderful. So, future research in the pipeline. What's sort of next? Or are you just sort of, obviously waiting to get feedback, or are there other regions that you're already talking about in terms of the insights?
So in terms of insights, I think we're really going to rely on feedback of where people are looking to invest on a partnership level. Index will be building out regardless with more countries and more precise measures, new data, we'll be building that out. We're excited at this summit. We also announced a relationship with Darden, the Institute for Business and Society, and we will be producing a publication that really highlights exemplary P3s. And we'll also be awarding an organization that's sort of new in the P3 realm, that's especially innovative and impactful. So we think that will also add and really highlight best practices, because P3s in general, they really go the spectrum. And it's very hard to sort of pin down what makes a good P3. What works for one might not work for another. And so by highlighting best practices in certain sectors and for certain sizes of organizations, we think that'll really add something to the research.
What are you most excited about today in terms of just watching all these amazing people come together? I mean, Google Giving, HP, Cisco, to Cindy McCain, and I spoke earlier to Andrew O'Brien, who's so fabulous. what are you most excited about? Having, we're almost over through the day.
We're almost over, and I'm ready to collapse.
Yeah.
What I'm just so excited about, this is my first summit, is that bringing all these people from so many different fields and with so many different interests and so many different, agendas, and bringing them together, and the way that people actually find relationships and mutually beneficial partnerships. And that's what P3s are all about, is finding potential in unlikely places that can really have a great impact for a large number of people, and really address a lot of the intractable issues that we're facing in the world right now.
I heard there's going to be a lot of immediate follow-up after the conference.
Yes, there'll be a lot. So we'll actually be hosting regional sort of mini summits all over the US. We will also be going abroad just to get feedback and really publicize the index and what we think it can do, as well as the other research products like the insights. So we're excited to see where it goes.